Hello everybody, David back with awesome autographs and more, and this is episode number 105. Today we've got a batch of cards I got from ABC Unlimited, a return to sender, and 3 TTMs, which have been fairly slow coming in. With the volume of cards and requests that I've sent out over the last several months, somewhere along the line, I'm going to have to get bombarded, but for the time being, it's been really slow. But anyways, let's get started. I'll start with the the cards I got from ABC Unlimited. It's 9 or 10, I think 9 players, about 20 cards in total. A lot of them single, just because I saw a few that's kind of cool to add to the collection. So we'll start out with one card of Mr. Jeff Reardon as a New York Yankee. Put him there. And next up, I have a card for my 1990 Leaf set, Mr. Ed Whitson. And next up, a couple of cards of Mr. Jerry Reed, one in a Red Sox uniform, which I couldn't resist, and then picked up a few others. Damn, eyes are really Brewers. Okay. With the Brewers and here with the Indians. Mr. Jerry Reed. Next up, another card for my 1990 Leaf set. Mr. Jim Deshaies, the Houston Astros, and bought a handful of cards of Mr. Randy Reddy with the Brewers, and more with Padres. And the Phillies. So I got a good collection of teams that he played for. And we go to his managerial slash, coaching days. So I've got 3 what are effectively manager cards from, doesn't show up real well, but it's there, from his days managing and coaching. That's Mr. Randy Reddy. Next up, Mr. Paul Quattrell with the Phillies, with the Blue Jays, and with the Yankees. Interesting, I think each of the 3 cards, well, they were probably signed at different times, but each of the 3 cards is a different pen. You got a thin blue, a thinner black, and then the thicker black. So, interesting. Next up, got a card of Mr. Rick Russell. And to be left out, 2 cards from Mr. Paul Russell. One is an Indian, one is a Cub. And last but not least, a couple of cards of Mr. Carney Lansford. Had to get one of him in his Red Sox uniform. It's a tough one to get. I haven't seen him signing very much. Even in the private signing world, I haven't stumbled across him too much. This for my 1990 Leaf set, which I need. And one more card as Oakland A's on the, I think it's 91 Upper Deck. Mr. Carney Lansford. And those were the ABC acquisitions. Next up, return to sender from Mr. Danny Darwin. Actually, the post office had put the future address or the current address on the sticker, and I will zoom in there so you can see it. I think I'm getting it all in there. But so that went back out already. My understanding is he's a pretty good signer, so hopefully you'll be seeing those cards coming back real soon. Now for our TTMs. We had 2 of them come in on the 5th, and 1 came in yesterday, which is the 7th. So first up, this is not a point for Team 90s, and because of the way those were acquired, none of them are Team 90s points either. But we did get our latest request to Mr. Steve Balboni. He's going to take me a while at 1 per, him and all the other 1 pers with my collection, because technically I need to get 8 of each player that I'm collecting. One of these days I will do a video to show you guys how I'm collecting these autographs by player. Next up, we have a 3-4. I didn't really give you much on Steve Balboni either. It's a 1-for-1. Obviously, it was 34 days. Next up, we have a former NHLer, Mr. Sergei Berezin. Amazingly enough, given the fact that he played in the 90s, I had very few cards of his. Specifically, only had 2. And they were both the same. So, but he did sign both of them very nicely, and a 3rd card, which was his, which is a autograph card. Again, a 3-for-3 success from Mr. Sergei Berezin in 32 days. Let's see if I can find some other cards of his for another request, maybe next year. Last but not least, by any stretch of the imagination, is our return from yesterday, the 7th. I think today's the 8th. Bad thing about being retired is you lose track of the days, man. Totally never sure what day it is when I wake up. Anyways, last but not least for this video, we have a 4-for-4 success in 23 days from Mr. Charles Nagy, who played about 14 seasons in the big leagues, most of which were for Cleveland, and I believe his last year was with San Diego, or part of it. This one doesn't show up too good, the blue on the blue jersey. Wonder if we'll end up seeing him at the National in Cleveland this year. That'll be interesting. He'd be a good one to have, especially if he comes in on the VIP program. And that's the end of the 4 cards for him. That's it for today. Would love to thank the athletes for their autograph. Always appreciate them doing that, because without them, we don't really have a hobby now, do we? Thank you all for listening and watching the video today. Please hit the like button over here. That helps the videos out a lot. Also over here, somewhere over here, you can subscribe, ring the bell, and you'll be notified when future videos come up. And that's about it. So thanks for watching again, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day, and if I don't get back over the weekend, depending on what comes in the mail the next few days, I will probably see you sometime next week. Take care. Bye-bye.